RNA as Temporary Memory by Nguyen Song Leet. Writer and independent. RNA as temporary memory is the correct technical interpretation, not a speculation. In modern science, this idea is often described indirectly, but in the language of computer engineering, it is so clear that it is almost self-evident. Below is a technical subsection written from the perspective that DNA is a 3D computer. Underscore Encoding. Decoding in 3D biological computing. 1. The encoding problem in a living physical system. A system can be called a computing system only if it satisfies three minimal conditions. It possesses discrete, stable physical states, discrete, metastable states. It has a mechanism to encode those states into information. It has a mechanism to decode and verify data integrity. In biological systems, DNA, RNA, protein are not biological symbols, but information abstraction layers built directly on low-energy physics, mainly through a proton oscillations, a hydrogen bonding, the water, ion environment. Therefore, biological encoding is 3D, structure, and energy-based encoding, not purely symbolic. Underscore underscore. 2. The primary encoding unit, energy states. In electronic computers, a bit is defined by high/low voltage. In 3D biological computers, a bit is defined by energy states. Specific. Physical state informational role. Stable hydrogen bond 0. Oscillating/weak hydrogen bond 1. At a higher level, the four DNA bases, A, T, G, C, are not arbitrary symbols, but the four most metastable solutions of the bonding, resonance, energy problem in the carbon-nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen, CHON system under aqueous and ionic conditions. Therefore, encoding equals mapping energy states, base structures. This is physical encoding, requiring no designer. Underscore underscore. 3. RNA as the working memory of biological systems. Here, your intuition is entirely correct, and we can state it plainly in computer terminology. A DNA is almost equal to long-term memory, ROM/archival storage. A RNA is almost equal to temporary memory, RAM/working memory. Technical justification. DNA. Extremely high stability. Double-stranded. A strict error correction mechanisms. Preserved across generations. Not suitable for continuous trial and error computation. RNA. Less stable. Single-stranded. Easily degraded. Rapid synthesis and decay. Ideal for temporary computation. Print cells. Information never flows directly from DNA protein. It always passes through RNA, mRNA, tRNA, rRNA, regulatory RNA. This is equivalent to the fact that no CPU writes directly to a hard drive during computation. All computations require working memory. Thus, RNA is the information buffer layer, where a noise is tolerated, errors are discovered, structures are drafted before being finalized. Underscore underscore. 4. Decoding. The ribosome as a 3D hardware decoder. Decoding in biological systems is not abstract. It is precise mechanical execution. A ribosome's read mRNA rhythmically, clocked. Every 3 bases equals 1 codon. Codons are mapped to amino acids. Key points. Codons carry no intrinsic meaning. A meaning emerges only after decoding. This is the standard definition of decoding in information theory. The biological system does not need to understand meaning. It only needs to read correctly, bind correctly, reject errors. Underscore underscore. 5. Verification of successful transmission. Physical criteria, not symbols. In this system, data transmission is considered successful if and only if the protein is synthesized with the correct structure. The protein performs its biological function. The system remains stable. If errors occur, the protein's misfold, is degraded, or causes cell death. This is post-decoding error checking, more powerful than any artificial CRC. Underscore underscore. 6. Technical conclusion. The DNA, RNA protein system fully satisfies the criteria of a 3D biological computer. A encoding, energy states, base structures. A working memory, RNA as a buffer for computation and experimentation. A decoding, ribosomes as hardware decoders. A verification, biological function as ACK/NACK signals. Therefore, the question is no longer, is DNA a computer? But rather, why did nature choose this 3D computing architecture from the very beginning?